The Professional Golfers Association of America presents the 2021 PGA Championship. Mickelson's Low Country Magic. With the 2021 PGA Championship back in its May spot, spectators again provided the soundtrack for the world's best as they played for a spot in history. Defending champion Kiawah Island's drive for the ages in last year's PGA started a stretch where men's majors have been won by the longest player in the game. Power hitting Bryson DeChambeau, world number one Dustin Johnson, and Hideki Matsuyama, who became the first Japanese man to join the game's elite. Hello friends, I'm Jim Nance and welcome to the 2021 PGA Championship from the Ocean Course at Kiawah Island Golf Resort in South Carolina. Once again, this PGA attracted the strongest and most global field among the men's majors in golf's only all-professional championship. 99 of the top 100 players in the official World Golf Rankings were here, hoping to raise the Wanamaker Trophy. When the PGA was last held at the Ocean Course in 2012, 23-year-old Rory McIlroy dominated while winning his second major by a record 8 shots. The Pete Dye-designed Ocean Course also hosted the memorable 1991 Ryder Cup and is known as one of the most difficult tests in golf.
The natural environment is the most unique characteristic. The wind is certainly, part of that, and that all-encompassing natural environment with the sand, and the dunes and the wind and then blowing the sand around and the native grasses that we have out there. And when you get off the maintained turf, there's no telling where your ball is going to end up. You could be next to a sand fence, you could be next to a cactus, you could have a perfect sandy lie. You just never know what's going to happen. I think all of us here at Kiel are extremely proud of how the golf course is being presented. We think it's a tough test of golf, but we also think it's going to identify the best player that week. And if you hit good shots on this golf course, you're going to be rewarded. And whoever wins the championship this week, is going to be the guy that plays the best.
Let's see who added their name to the record books at the 2021 PGA Championship. Spectators returned to the PGA Championship eager to get a glimpse of the world's best being tested by Kiawah Island's Ocean Course. Don't let the breathtaking panoramic views fool you. The Ocean Course is long. It's 7,876 yards, the longest in major championship history, and it's treacherous. Among the early starters was Viktor Hovland, at 23, looking to win his first major. Hovland was 2 under when he arrived at the par 3 8th. This for birdie. Hovland moved to 3 under, where he finished his round tied for the lead. Headlining the morning marquee groups were Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, and Brooks Koepka, who have combined to win 5 of the last 9 PGAs. Koepka had the low round of the group, this for eagle at the par 5 7th. The tap-in birdie had Koepka in contention again after a 69.
Got 3 holes downwind, and then you go 9 straight holes into the wind. And you're just trying to hang on for dear life for those 9 holes and play them an even par. And I think that's a good score.
McIlroy and Thomas both struggled to 75s. They were followed by the traditional grouping of major champions. Collin Morikawa, trying to become the 8th repeat PGA winner, played alongside U.S. Open champion Bryson DeChambeau and masterful Hideki Matsuyama. DeChambeau was 1 over when he arrived at the 8th for birdie. DeChambeau was back to even par where he finished the day. Morikawa on the 8th tee. His approach stopped just left of the hole. What a beauty. But he followed the birdie with a closing bogey for 70. Matsuyama managed a 73. It had been 10 years since Keegan Bradley won the 2011 PGA. He was 2 under for his round when he faced this long birdie at 9. Bradley moved to 3 under, where he also finished the day. Playing in the afternoon, Canadian Corey Connors made a big move early. He was 3 under, facing this birdie at the 15th. That moved Connors into the lead at 4 under par. At the par 5 16th, Connors with his 3rd shot. Another birdie for a 67 and a 2-shot lead.
It was fairly stress-free. Didn't get myself in too many tricky spots, which you can easily find out here. So overall, pretty low stress for all things considered.
Former PGA champion Phil Mickelson was 3 over after 6 holes, but he rallied and was 1 under by the time he got to the 15th. This for birdie. And the crowd loved it.
My expectations are to play good rounds because I've been playing well and hitting good shots. I did not feel I hit it as well today as I have been, but what I did do well was I putted really well.
Official world #1 Dustin Johnson never looked comfortable. He made more double bogeys than birdies and was 9 shots back after a 76. Cameron Davis eagled the par 5 11th to get to 2 under. Then, at 14, he had this for birdie. Joining the group with a round of 69. Connors joins Brooke Henderson as the only Canadians to lead a major in 12 years. Brandon Grace was looking for his 3rd top 5 finish in a PGA. Louis Oosthuizen played the par 5s in 3 under. Jordan Spieth's hopes to complete the career Grand Slam were off to a rough start.
I can't think of a better way for us to start championship week with the Secretary's Cup on Monday. PGA Hope is one of our biggest programs of giving back to veterans. PGA Hope stands for helping our patriots everywhere. You know, it's a phenomenal program giving back to veterans that have given so much to all of us. This year was a little different because of COVID, so we had 6 teams from the various Carolinas Hope chapters that were here. And then we had 5 teams remotely throughout the country that were playing as well, all the way from New Jersey to Northern California. When you talk to veterans and they'll tell you what the program has meant to them, some will say it's changed their lives. Many that have never left the house or had a problem getting back acclimated in society after they came back from their service. So being able to be involved in that, hear those stories from veterans, see what it means to them. If PGA Hope and our golf professionals are involved in that program, you know of a veteran, please get them involved with PGA Hope.
We had juniors here from the PGA Junior League this week, and it was fantastic. Golf is trying to have a resurgence, and we do that through the youth, right? And so trying to grow the game from cradle to grave. PGA Junior League is extremely impactful in getting youth involved. seeing the young kids walk around with their uniforms on and their numbers, and the kids are so proud to wear those jerseys. And you see them every day at all these golf events. It's fantastic. PGA Junior League itself has just been really impactful for young kids. PGA professionals have a great education in coaching and teaching. And we're also a group of individuals that love to share our knowledge, which is why you see some of our own instructing and teaching on PGA Coach Live. It goes from basic instruction to advanced instruction. I think that that's really important to show the breadth and knowledge of our own PGA professionals. Streaming live on PGA.com and ESPN+, I mean, what a great base to broadcast that on. And it'll reach thousands and thousands of homes on a daily basis. To have them coach and teach and to connect with other students is fantastic.
Corey Connors slept on the lead of a major championship for the first time in his career. But the leading role belonged to Kiawah Island's Ocean Course, which yielded only 7 scores in the 60s during the first round. Friday's second round was all about survival. Surviving to the weekend to have a chance at winning the Wanamaker Trophy. Connor's stay atop the leaderboard was short as he started his round staring at sizable par putts. This one at 12. A bogey. He made 4 bogeys in his first 5 holes and faced another par try at the 15th. Another bogey. He shot 1 under from there on, but dropped back after a 75. South African Brandon Grace was heating up. He was 4 under on his first 13 holes to take a 2-shot lead at 6 under. But he still had to play the diabolical par 3 17. Grace took an aggressive approach. Too aggressive. This was to say bogey. A costly double. He also bogeyed 18 and finished at 3 under after a round of 71. Phil Mickelson at 50, trying to surpass Julius Burrows as the oldest major champion, was looking for another hot finish. Phil was 1 under through 12 holes when he came to the 4th. That laser rolled to 4 feet for an easy birdie. Lefty gave himself another birdie try at the 5th hole. A confident stroke, and he was 3 under. Could he finish off his round with another birdie? He could. Mickelson had closed with a 31 to take the lead at 500.
There's a lot of work to do. I'm not sure it's going to stand today. We'll see. But the fact is I'm heading into the weekend with an opportunity, and I'm playing really well, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
Louis Oosthuizen had to face tougher afternoon conditions. He was 2 under early when he arrived at the 4th. A long birdie try. Amazing. He was 3 under for the championship, just 2 behind Mickelson. Oosthuizen was looking to take advantage of the par 5 11. This is 3rd. Leading to a tap-in birdie and tying Mickelson at 5 under. Oosthuizen got it to 6 under before a closing bogey left him sharing the lead with Mickelson.
I played really well. I hit the golf ball well, drove it well. I know I'm putting nicely. I just, around this golf course to give yourself birdie putts is quite difficult. And today I definitely gave myself a lot of opportunities.
Brooks Koepka was trying to become the first player during the stroke play era to win 3 PGAs in 4 years. At the par 5 11th, he was gunning for his second eagle in a stretch of 5 holes. And he landed it. Koepka was one behind the leaders. But he wasn't finished. He hit it close again at the 12th. Koepka now tied at the top. But after a bogey at 15, he tried not to drop another shot at 17. Koepka finished at 4 under after a 71.
It's definitely a ball striker's golf course. You got to be able to put the ball in play. Did a lot better job of that today, and I struck my irons beautifully. And other than maybe one swing there on 12 or 13, right of the hole, where I almost went in the water, but very pleased.
Reigning Masters champion Hideki Matsuyama was 3 under for the day and in red figures when he reached the par 5 11th in 2. His downwind eagle try still came up short, but the birdie moved him to 3 under, where he finished as he tried to win consecutive majors. Mickelson was the first 50-year-old to lead a major since Fred Couples at the 2012 Masters. Kevin Streelman was looking for his first top 10 in a major. Harry Higgs' first appearance in a major was off to a rousing start. Brad Merrick and Ben Cook were 2 of the team of 20 PGA professionals to make the cut. Dustin Johnson was the first world number 1 to miss cuts in consecutive majors since Greg Norman in 1997.
Here's one of the 20 club professionals in the field. Greg Koch holding it out of the sandy area at 5.
It's the only all-professional major championship that there is on the golf schedule. The fact that we have 20 of our golf professionals, club professionals that make it every year, to see 2 of our own, Ben Cook and Brad Merrick, make the cut's pretty exciting.
Brad Merrick, PGA Club professional, playing so well this week. There you go.
Not only are they great players, but they are great individuals.
Omar Uresti.
One of the 20 club professionals. Omar actually played on the PGA Tour for 11 years. Oh, and that is the 5th eagle here at 11 today.
Golf professionals around the country are the best at operating golf facilities. They're the best at teaching and introducing people to the game. They're the best at running events, and to see that other spotlight, that they're some of the best players in the world, and to have 2 of our PGA Club professionals make the cut, we could not be prouder.
Ben Cook, club professional. Johns Island Club in Florida, this is the Yankee up in Michigan. Boy, has he played well.
The first 2 days, it was like, okay, don't get too high or too low. I was very happy with myself for doing that and not getting too down and frustrated. So yeah, I felt like I've done a really good job at that this week.
Ben Cook.
It has been 8 years since Phil Mickelson won a major. 5 years since he had a top 10 in a major. But Phil has proven to be as relentless as the wind sweeping across Kiawah Island's ocean course. However, Mickelson is tied with former Open champion Louis Oosthuizen. And 4-time major winner Brooks Koepka is just a shot back. And recent major champions Bryson DeChambeau and Hideki Matsuyama and Gary Woodland are inside the top 12. Can Mickelson win at 50 and pull off the most remarkable achievement of his Hall of Fame career?
Now on the tee, please welcome from Rancho Santa Fe, California, our 2005 PGA champion, Phil Mickelson. Now on the tee, please welcome from South Africa, Louis Oosthuizen.
This one also left, but in the sandy area. Phil was clearly the crowd favorite. Oosthuizen needed to save par. The bogey was his second in a row after going 25 without one. Phil was back in the lead alone. South African Brandon Grace led late in the second round, but was now playing catch-up. This for a long birdie at the second. He moved to 4 under par. Mickelson going for the par 5 second in 2 with a 1 iron. What a great bounce. And Phil had a makeable eagle attempt coming. It would be a birdie. But then a wayward drive at the third led to a delicate approach.
That needs to go just a touch. Got it. Excellent. Oh,
what a sharp miss with the front of the green.
This sensational shot led to a birdie, and Phil led by 3 at 7 under. Brooks Koepka opened with 4 pars. He finally gave himself a good birdie look at the 5th. Koepka moved to 5 under. But he had work to do at the 6th. The lip out cost him a shot. Back to 4 under. Mickelson missed the 6th fairway, but had a good angle to the green. It was good and getting better. Now, to pay off the shot with a birdie. Phil was 3 under for the day and led by 4 at 8 under par. At the par 5 7th, Koepka used his length to get home in 2. But his eagle try came up short. Still, Koepka moved to 5 under with a birdie. Phil also was hoping to take advantage of the par 5 7th. He was pin high with another eagle attempt. Could Phil get to 5 under on the day after only 7 holes. So close. Still, the birdie moved him to 9 under and expanded his lead to 5 shots. At the par 3 8th, Grace was putting from the fringe. Grace to 5 under and within 4 of Phil. Oosthuizen faced a good birdie look at 8. And Louis joined Grace at 5 under. At 42, Kevin Streelman also was having a major resurgence. This for Eagle at 11. Just another roll. Still, the birdie moved Streelman to -4. Midway through the 3rd round, Mickelson led by 4 over 3 others, Matsuyama, Grace, and Oosthuizen. After playing the front 9 and even, Koepka needed to make a move. He had this for birdie at 10. Now Koepka was at 5 under. Coming off a front 9 32, Phil wanted to remain aggressive. This, his 2nd at the 10th. And yes, Phil was still dialed in. Phil to reach double figures under par. And again, the lead is back to 5. Oosthuizen was starting to lose touch. He needed this key birdie at 11. And he got it. 4 back. At the par 4 12th, Koepka eyed another birdie. He too was now 4 behind. Phil finally blinked on number 12. After a poor drive, he was forced to lay up. He bogeyed, and his lead dropped to 3. Oosthuizen could cut it to 2 shots if he holed this birdie at 12. All of a sudden, it was close at the top. At the difficult 13th, amazingly, Mickelson and Oosthuizen both hit their drives into the penalty area. This was for par for Oosty. And he dropped to -6. Phil tried to limit the damage with this bogey putt. Things were going so smoothly, and then suddenly a shocking double. And the lead is 1 at 7 under par. At the par 5 16th, Koepka was only 1 back when he went for the green in 2 with a 3-wood. This for Eagle just slipping by. But the birdie moved Koepka into a tie for the lead with Phil. At the 18th, Streelman had this putt for bogey. He was in 4th place, just 3 back. Phil hit it safely onto the 17th green and had this for birdie. Phil would head to 18, still tied for the lead with Koepka. Oosthuizen to save par. The bogey drops the South African 2 shots back. Meantime, it was Koepka looking for his third round lead in the last 4 PGAs. His approach at 18. A little long and left. He would have this for par and to retain a share. Not to be.
I drove it really well compared to what I did the first 2 days. So I got that fixed, but definitely failed putting. I think that's probably the worst putting performance I've ever had. And I guess the only way to look at it is, I mean, it can't get any worse.
Mickelson's approach also ended left of 18.
Almost. And at 50, he is still a magician.
A magician with a great chance to save par. Phil led by 1 after an up and down 70. Oosthuizen was still hanging around. This for par at 18, leaving him just 2 behind Mickelson at 5 under. They were all chasing Phil on that leaderboard.
I know that I have a much better score in me, and I know that I'm playing well, and I'm really looking forward to getting back on the course tomorrow, because this is what I love. I love competing, having a chance to win, and know that I'm playing well, and yet just really enjoying the moment.
The top 3 leaders, all former major champions. Corey Connor still hanging inside the top 10. Jordan Spieth's 68 likely too late. Ben Cook is low man in the team of 20. After 3 thrilling rounds, was the PGA Championship headed to its first playoff since 2011? Here's the dramatic finish. For the first time in 40 years, the final pairing of a men's major championship involves 2 players with at least 4 major titles. Phil Mickelson has a 1-shot lead at the PGA Championship and is the sentimental choice as the 50-year-old tries to become the oldest major champion in history. But Brooks Koepka has won 2 of the last 3 PGAs and has been in the top 5 after 13 of his last 14 rounds at the PGA. They will both face a stiff challenge on Kiawah Island's Ocean Course, where the wind switched direction on Sunday, causing another challenge to all the players in the final round. Another former major champion Louis Oosthuizen was on their heels. Mickelson, 18 holes from history. But a tough start. Phil would make bogey at the first and drop to 6 under. Koepka hits it close and can take the lead with a birdie. Center cut, and Koepka walks off the first green with the lead. Kevin Streelman never had a Sunday tee time this late in a major. At the par 5 second, he had a good birdie look. Streelman moved into a second place tie at 6 under. Koepka stumbled on the par 5 second after his opening birdie. He faced an awful spot on his third shot. Koepka had no other choice. He double bogeyed the hole and dropped to -5. Meanwhile, Mickelson got close to the second green in 2 shots. This deft shot led to a birdie and gave Phil the lead back at 7 under. At the drivable par 4 third, Phil was aggressive, but left himself with an awkward second shot. Not what he wanted. He'd bogey and go back to -6. Oosthuizen was the only contender to start with 4 pars. Could he finally make a birdie at the 5th?
Damn right, Mike.
Just short, leading to a bogey and dropping Oosthuizen to 4 under. Padraig Harrington wasn't at Kiawah Island just for his European Ryder Cup captain duties. He was in the top 10 when he faced this birdie chip at 14. Good thing the pin got in the way. What a shot. The birdie brought a smile to the Irishman, who moved to 3 under. Mickelson had a 1-shot lead when he found the sandy area at the par 3 5th with a perfect lie.
So the golfing gods are watching.
The roar reverberated as Mickelson took a 2-shot lead at 7 under. At the par 4 6th, Mickelson missed the fairway right. This would leave a delicate 3rd shot downhill. To this point, for his par. So close, but his 3rd bogey in 6 holes, dropping him to 6 under. Koepka had made 3 consecutive pars after the double bogey, after a good drive at number 6. An even better approach. The birdie would lead to another 2-shot swing, and Koepka was tied with Phil for the lead. Streelman was 1 under for the day when he came to the par 5 7th. His second shot. Way right. Leading to a bogey, and Streelman fell back to -4. Oosthuizen hit his second shot on 7 into the sandy area left of the green. What a beautiful recovery. Leading to a birdie and getting Oosty to 5 under. Koepka took on a risk when he went for the par 5 7th and 2. Another shot well right. Almost in the penalty area. With a dicey lie. Only managed to advance it 40 yards, leading to another bogey and dropping Koepka back to 5 under. Mickelson's second shot at 7 also went right, but he had plenty of green to work with. Well played. Now for birdie. Rams it home to regain a 2-shot lead after another 2-shot swing. It appeared to be a 3-man race as the leaders made the turn. Koepka was trying to hang on at the par 4 10th. He took an aggressive line. Coming up short, leading to another bogey, and he was 4 under. Phil was locked in. His approach at 10. Another roar by the shore. Could Phil convert? Of course he could. 3 fist pumps and a 4-shot lead. Koepka was watching it slip away. He tried to force things at the par 5 11th. Another tough result. Koepka's 3rd bogey in 5 holes, and he dropped 5 behind at 3 under par. Oosthuizen was the only player within 4 shots of Mickelson. This for birdie at the tricky 12th. And now Louis was within 3 at -5. Oosthuizen had to face the more difficult 13th. His 3rd shot after a layup, and he knew right away it wasn't good. The water ball led to a double bogey, dropping him 5 behind. Mickelson was unaware of what happened to Oosthuizen when he hit his approach at 13.
Stay straight. Stay straight. Stay straight. Stay.
It didn't stay.
Keep going down. That's no water.
After dropping on the green, Phil went into damage control. Getting out of here with just a bogey, and his lead was at 4. Koepka also bogeyed the 13th and remained 5 behind. At the par 3 14th, Phil went pin hunting.
Right. Oh, get up, get up. Oh, man. I didn't see that one coming. Oh, my God.
Phil bogeyed, and his lead was trimmed to 3. Oosthuizen was just over the 16th and 2, and had this for eagle. A tap-in birdie wasn't what he hoped for, but still, he was now just 2 back. Koepka also was running out of holes after a huge drive at 15. Koepka stayed alive as he birdied the hole to move within 3. Mickelson's second shot went over the par 5 16th green. Time for his short game to shine. The birdie restored Phil's lead to 3, and the crowd loved every second of it. Koepka to match the birdie. And he remained 3 behind. Phil had to get it on dry land at the 17th. Pumped up, he got a bad break when his ball bounced over the green into some thick rough. He made a safe bogey and led by 2 with 1 hole to play. Oosthuizen needed to birdie 18 to make it interesting. He gave it a good effort, but the par left Oosthuizen 2 back at 4 under. Phil's triumphant walk up 18 would be a long and loud one. A par would all but clinch the victory. Hit it hole high, all but assuring the win. Koepka had to hold this to have a chance. A solid shot, but no miracle. Koepka to finish second alone. Just slides by, but what a week for someone who underwent knee surgery just 2 months ago. The stage was now set for Phil and history. Could he finish with another birdie? It didn't drop, but he had what he wanted most. His second Wanamaker and the title of being the oldest major champion in golf history. An embrace with his brother Tim.
Thanks. I miss you. I love you very, very much. I'll see you in a little bit. All right.
And now, it's my pleasure to present the Wanamaker Trophy to the player that beat the strongest field in golf, the 2021 PGA Champion, Phil Mickelson.
It's special to do something at this age when a lot of people don't believe you can. Doing something and accomplishing something, putting in so much work and effort, and then having it happen. I had an experience today on 18 that I've never had in the game of golf, being engulfed by fans walking up 18. Although it was a bit unnerving for a moment, it was awesome and something I'll cherish. It's been something I believed that was possible, but I haven't had the results to support that belief, and to finally play my best after putting in a lot of work and effort really feels great.
Mickelson became the 14th male player with at least 6 majors. Defending champion Colin Morikawa tied for 8th. Ricky Fowler was one of only 16 players to break par for the week. Ben Cook earned low PGA professional honors for the first time. Join us next year in Tulsa at Southern Hills Country Club for the 2022 PGA Championship. Our thanks to Rolex for their support of the 2021 PGA Championship official video, Mickelson's Low Country Magic.